Luke, you've been pretty consistent emphasizing defense all season long, and when you're not shooting the ball well, it's going to keep you in games. Was this an example of that, and then how did you flip that offensively in the fourth?
Absolutely. That was my message at halftime. It's why I love when we play defense. We couldn't make a shot. Granted, we weren't playing our game. We were shooting way too many threes, and we weren't getting enough passes. But we still had some open looks that just weren't going in, and we had a lead at halftime because of the way we were defending. I told them I love the grit that we played with tonight, especially in that fourth quarter, getting those stops that we hadn't gotten in the two times they beat us this year. So again, coming down to defense in the fourth quarter, very pleased with the way that our guys fought and competed and the physicality they played with.
You talk a lot about Kuzma's competitiveness after the ankle, and he comes in, scores the 8 points. So what did you see from him there?
I thought his competitive spirit was great all night. He couldn't get a shot to go for him in the first half until that, obviously that last .9 shot. But I don't care about that. It's about him playing a certain way. In the last couple games, he's really done a nice job of giving everything he has to the game and trying to do things the right way. Eventually, he's such a good scorer, he'll find his groove, and he did tonight for us. But showed a lot of toughness in the way he sprained the ankle, and he kept telling me, "Coach, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go." And we put him back in eventually, and he helped us close out that game. Maybe it was the rock that motivated him to fight through that injury like that. And Kuzma's a big wrestling fan, so maybe he used his inner DJ to get to play through that pain.
Coach, what do you think just overall the atmosphere of Staples Center? Obviously, the crowd looked like they were extra into it tonight.
What? I'm sorry.
Just the overall atmosphere.
In the arena?
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was fun. It's always fun playing here at Staples. When you play hard at Staples, the crowd respects it, and they get really loud for you. So our guys played hard tonight. Like I said, we couldn't make shots in the first half, but it was a fun environment to be in tonight.
Look, it looked like Kyle was limping after he came back a little bit. What were you seeing there, and then what was your thought process? Did you think about maybe pulling him out?
No, it was. He came to me at the end of the third. He told me he needed one, and I was like, "Yeah, no, you played the entire third quarter. You're coming out even if you didn't want to come out." But when the game's going on, that's up to the trainer and him to figure out. And when Nina came and said that he's good to go if we want to use him, then I'm going to use him. So he went back. I don't know what the details are of how that went, but he was cleared to play, so I put him back in.
Luke, you seem to have a defensive disagreement with Julius in the third quarter, and then he came back in the fourth and played very well on that end. What happened in the third there, and then how did he turn it around in the fourth?
It wasn't. The game was just going in the wrong direction, and we needed to change something up. So Brooke was playing great. We got IT. I wanted to try to go small, move Kuz to the 4, try to get some sort of life going again, because it just felt like it was slipping away from us. So it wasn't anything Julius had done at the time. I know he was frustrated for coming out, and I'll talk to him about that. But it was more just let's try to space them out and play with a little more pace. I didn't feel like we were getting out and running enough, so it was just nothing that he was doing, more of trying to change some things up.
And in the fourth, what did you think of his defense in the fourth quarter?
He's great. I mean, when he switches on to, Denver's got as talented as players as any team in the league. I mean, they're good, and they're tough to keep in front of you. And when you got a guy playing center for us that has the ability to switch and then keep those guys in front without fouling. It's why, again, I harp on him so much about how good he can be. If he just he needs to continue to grow and become more consistent at playing that level, and he's done a great job of that. I mean, it's night and day how far he's come. But I'm going to stay on him about it. But he was great finishing the game for us.
Luke, you guys were down 13 at one point. You're basically playing 6 guys. How do you find ways to keep winning these games?
Well, I think it comes down to the culture that's being built here. I think it comes down to the character of the players that we have that are playing. And you say 6, I disagree. I think Travis and Alex, even though limited minutes tonight, were great. In the minutes they had, Alex did everything we wanted for him on defense. He got us stops. He was a +6 in the 9 minutes he played. Travis Ware was big for us. So even though limited minutes, those are big minutes for us. And Zoo, he didn't get much of a chance tonight, but he's been big for us too with our injuries. And it's just the team believing in themselves and going out and no matter what happens, continuing to compete and play hard. And when you do that, good things tend to happen. You're not going to win every night. But you give yourself a chance, and that's all you can ask for.
Last 2 questions. What was your feeling on Lonzo's shot selection, shooting, all of that for most of the game?
Most of his shots were good. There was a couple I felt like he rushed. They weren't going in, obviously. He hit a really big 3 for us, which is one of my favorite things about Lonzo is he likes the pressure of the game. But he also had 8 assists and 9 rebounds. So that's again goes back to him, and he was a +18 for us. I think he might have been he was our highest plus minus. So he impacts the game so many ways that, yes, we want a shot to go in. Yes, we believe in his shot. He's been shooting lights out until the last couple games. But all that, that's extra. What he does that really helps us win is the way that he plays the game of basketball.
Luke, what did you see between Jokic and Randall there at the end? And were you thinking, here we go again, something extracurricular happening between these two teams?
I didn't see the play. I saw them obviously get in each other's face. I didn't think much of it other than I hope none of our guys on the bench step on the court because we got a really good opponent tomorrow night. We're gonna need everybody that we can with the minutes that we played these guys tonight.
Thanks, everyone.